I noticed it right away from infancy. We did not have this connection, and he just did not look at me that way. Like, I'm not getting this connection, this bond that everyone talks about, this incredible bond. And my son just was unhappy in my arms. A lot of nights crying.
We went through a battery of tests. It was very confusing, I think. You know, they went through the motions of going through it, evaluating based on the categories that she met, that the diagnosis was autism.
The pediatrician walks in and he's like, have you done anything about his language delay? You know, he's 2.5, he doesn't have any words. And my husband's like, well, we've been asking for 6 months. And then he goes, well, he's delayed. Oh yeah, he's totally autistic. Literally, that was our diagnosis and sent us on our way.
All of a sudden you're thrown into a world of a diagnosis, and you go online, you Google everything you can about it, where I couldn't figure out where Lauren fit in all of this. Because I had so many questions, I couldn't figure out where to go. It wasn't so clear to me what the next steps would be.
All of the appointments were all over town. So stressful. And then making sure that all the doctors had all of the information, or the therapist had all the information. It's tough. It literally is a whole job on itself.
He went to a non-public school, because in the public school, they just quote unquote couldn't handle him and his behaviors and him and the amount of support he needed. And they said at that point, you're non-diploma bound. And so he literally had the same goals from preschool till he was 9, the same goals. They would talk about transitions and they would talk about job placement. And I cried and I'm like, that's horrible.
Basically, she required 24/7 shadowing. Somebody had to be with her around the clock. She would unpredictably go from one place to the next and not have a sense of danger. Through school, she was doing multiple therapies, and it was very much, we couldn't crack that window. We couldn't reach her. I think the first time was when we had, actually when we started with Dr. Go, when Lauren had just turned 6 years old. We were able to see a huge difference in such a short amount of time. I remember my husband saying, she's done more in 6 weeks than she's done in 6 years.
I remember going into our first meeting there, and that was probably the first doctor that we went to that wasn't kind of thrown back by Rowan's behavior or, you know, dismiss Rowan's behavior. It was, she was right on it. She just kind of gave us hope. It was the first time we kind of had hope.
We have hope for a child's future and a family's future because we know the accomplishments, the abilities, the joy that is possible. And we get to see that every day. We like to use the word grounded hope. Hope for progress, hope for change, hope for stability, hope for community, hope for the growth of new and astonishing and stunning abilities for that child.
The whole practice is just amazing. To encompass all the kids' needs, bringing all these different types of professionals into one roof so the families can have a one-stop shop, because that's so, so critical to just your emotional health and your regulation, and not having to haul all over town just to get the care that your kid needs.
I think the amount that we've learned here about autism is remarkable. The amount that he's changed and come a long way from a kid who wouldn't talk to us, didn't want to look at us.
Every day, it's still every day, he's amazing us. It blows me away every time he still calls me mom. I'm still not used to it. I don't know if I'll ever get used to it. And I hope I don't, because I always want to feel this way when he does.
What I love about this program is that you have all the support, all the different types of support that someone with autism, like we talk about the fog at the beginning, where to go. What I love about this program is this one stop, one place that Lauren can go to, whether it's music, speech, occupational therapy, medical help. It's all integrated, and behind all of this is a phenomenal group of people who love what they do, who enjoy working with your children, and who are there to support you as well, the caregiver, and understand all the elements of what you're going through, even at home and at the clinic. And I think that's just priceless, to be able to have all of it be in one place, in one space.
In 2 years, he's up to grade level, and of course now he's diploma bound, and it's phenomenal. And he's the one that keeps our hope alive, because he never gives up, never, never.
And I think that's where hope forms. Hope starts to take more shape in your life. Like I can envision her doing more. We call this chair sitting. It was trying to get her to sit quietly for 5 minutes.
Okay, here we go.
I remember within just a handful of weeks that she was able to do a half hour. And I just remember that clearly, what a milestone that was. And what was great about going through that program was you could really, for the first time, see real hope.